Okay, hello everybody.
Hi.
So I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Um, what I'd like to do is, since we haven't had class for quite a while, I'd like to start from the beginning of the third section and just run through everything one time, and that way you can see if you have any questions that you'd like to work on, okay? So I'm going to start at cross hands and run through the third section through cross kick, which is where our last lesson was. I don't think Thomas and Alicia, I don't think you were there. Somehow I think you missed one class. So we'll do more review of the last move so that everybody is caught up. Okay?
Yeah, we actually watched the video.
You watched the video. Okay, that's great.
But the review is still good. We could do the review, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go from cross hands. We're going to do the whole thing. And then if you have questions, we can work on those things. Okay? So cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Shift right. Turn the left foot just past the corner. Shift back, separate your hands. Pull in the right foot, swing, step, brush, strike. Roll back, circle your arms as your weight moves back. Turn to the side. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, and expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders to the front foot direction. Flatten your hands, come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, and push to shoulder level. Diagonal single whip. Shift back as you flatten your hands, turn, press down, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike to the corner. Wild horse parts its mane. Shift back, turn your left foot past the corner, pull in the right foot, come back, step and close, turn and shift weight. 2, shift back, shift forward, pull with the right, ward off down with the left. As you come forward, step and close, turn and shift weight. 3, shift back, pull left, ward off down right, pull in the right foot, step and close, shift weight and turn. The transition to grasp the bird's tail. Shift back, turn on your right heel to the corner. Shift all your weight to the right, pull in the left, step and close, turn and shift weight. Right ward off, shift right, pull left, ward off down right, pull in the right foot, step and close, shift weight and separate. Roll back, turn your arms and your waist to the corner. Shift your weight back as you come to the other corner. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, and expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, push to shoulder level. Single whip. Flatten your hands as you shift back. Pull and turn all the way around. Release the left foot, press down, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Fair lady works the shuttles. 1, shift back, turn back, step, close, open and strike. 2, press down, turn, passing palm, step, deflect, strike. 3, press down, change your footwork, turn, come together, open and strike. 4, press down, turn, passing palm, step and close, open, strike. Transition to grasp the bird's tail. Shift back as your hands come to rollback position. Turn on your right heel. Pivot on your left foot. Step forward as you close. Shift and turn. Right ward off. Shift right, turn the left foot to the corner. Pull left ward off right. Come together, step and close, shift, weight, separate. Roll back, turn your waist and your arms to the corner. Shift back as you turn to the other corner. Press, pull in the right, touch the left, expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands. Come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, push forward, single whip, shift back, flatten your hands, turn and pull, press down, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Cloud hands. Shift right. 1, 2, 3. Step to the corner, single whip. Snake creeps down. Turn your right foot to the corner. Come down, circle with the left hand and come forward. Golden rooster stands on one leg. Come up, turn the right foot to the corner, pull left, position your right hand, come in, 1 up, 1 down. 2, step back, pivot on the left foot as your hands line up, 1 up, 1 down. Repulse monkey. 1, 2, 3. Diagonal flying. Turn. Step and close. Open and turn your left foot to the straight. Raise hands and step forward. Push off the right ball. Root the right heel and come together. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands, pull down, circle your arms, step and close, turn, step and open. Left brush knee. Turn your hands, swing, step, brush, strike. Needle at sea bottom. Yield forward, pull in the back foot. Pull back as you push off the heel of the left. Change your footwork and sink down. Then through the back. As you come up, attach the left to the right. Step and separate. Turn body and white snake spits out its tongue. Move back. Parry, block, and punch. Pull down. Step, parry, block, and punch. Step up to grasp the bird's tail. Shift back. Turn the left foot to the corner as your hands move. Right fist goes diagonal. Left hand goes to left ward off. Pull with the left. Ward off down with the right. Come together. Step and close. Right ward off. Roll back. Turn to the corner. Shift weight. Turn to the other corner. Press. Pull in the right. Attach the left. Expand forward. Push. Square up your shoulders. Flatten your hands. Come back over a ball. Hands in front of your chest. And push to shoulder level. Single whip. Shift back. Turn. Press down. Ward off left. Hook hand right. Standing ward off step. Deflect and strike. High pad on horse. With palm thrust. Come back. Change your footwork. Thrust forward. Now you're going to go into a bow stance and thrust forward. Turn body and cross kick. Shift your weight back. Turn on the heel of your left foot. Stand up. Kick. Bend knee. Okay. How did that feel?
That's a stomp kick, right, Rita? Stomp
That
kick?
is a stomp kick. Yes. It's to the side. So there are only 2 separation kicks, and they were in the second section. So the thing that's important to remember with the stomp kick is your knee comes up first. So your knee is coming up first and your heel is what leads. Okay. So your knee comes up and your heel kicks out. And because you're kicking out with your heel, it's usually not as high as the separation kick. Because the separation kick, you're contacting with your shoelaces. So if you think of using your shoelaces to contact, then it's higher than when you're contacting with your heel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
So are there any questions thus far?
So there were no cloud hands before this single whip? This last one before palm, high pad on horse and palm thrust? I thought there was another set of cloud hands and then single whip.
There is another set of cloud hands. There was a set of cloud hands right after Fair Lady. Did I skip that?
No. Okay, maybe I'm there's one after Fair Lady, and then we do all this
And then
section
you,
with this similar to the second section.
right. And
There's
then you
another
have
set of cloud hands.
yes. There are only 3 cloud hands in the whole form.
Right.
One of them was in the second section,
Yes.
and 2 of them are in this section. So
Did we do both? I think probably.
Oh,
Times. There should be, after Fair Lady, there's a cloud hands.
Uh-huh.
And then after the repetition of most of the second section, there's a cloud hands. So usually cloud hands is followed by high pat on horse, except for the first cloud hands in the third section, which is snake leaps down.
Uh-huh. Okay. So it was before the high pattern horse that was not followed by palm thrust, right? And
The high pat on horse with palm thrust follows a cloud hands. Yes.
so I think we skipped it in this.
Yeah, I think we skipped it.
Oh, sorry about that. So there should be a cloud hands before the high pat on horse with palm thrust.
Yeah, that was my confusion. Yeah.
Okay, my fault if I didn't put in that cloud hand. Sorry about that. So yes, there is a cloud hands there. And the next snake creeps down does not follow a cloud hands.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So so let's see, from what did we, so from after snake creeps down, you're here and you're going to do a parry, block, and punch. And then you're going into grasp the bird's tail.
Yes.
Then after that grasp the bird's tail, you're going to go into well,
Single
let's see. You're going to end up with single whip, right?
Yeah.
Then you have a cloud hands.
Yeah. We skipped that. We went straight.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So there is a cloud hands, and then after that cloud hands, you do high pat on horse and palm thrust.
Palm thrust.
So the important thing about so after you're doing your cloud hands and you're at single whip again, then when you do your high pat on horse, you step out to bow stance before you do your palm thrust.
Mhm.
So remember to do that, because after that, you're going to shift your weight back and turn on the left foot so that the left foot goes to the corner in order that you can stand up and kick. So whenever you kick, make sure that your foot is in the diagonal position relative to your torso, and that you are straight up and down, because otherwise you will tend to flop over on one side. So when you, so let's say that you're at palm thrust and you turn and you stand up. Make sure that when you stand up, you're stable before you kick.
Okay.
So when you come up, what happens is that make sure that you have this rainbow look Okay, so the front one goes over your front leg and your hands are standing at the end. So let me show you from the side.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yes.
that way you're more stable.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
So the position of the hands comes from palm thrust all the way as you rotate, and only when you lift your right foot, you do the like, kind of
so from
thrust.
here,
Right.
I'm turning.
And they
When
have
when I release this, I start crossing. Can you see
Okay.
that?
right.
So when I'm here, I'm rotating on the left. Then I'm crossing here.
So you rotate your right palm into cross hands position.
Into cross hands. So
Yeah.
I go from here to here.
Good.
Okay, here to here. And then open.
Good.
Okay? So if there aren't any questions, let's go on. Okay? So after you kick, what's going to happen is you're going to do a punch to the groin, which is sort of like the punch down from second section. Do you remember the punch down from second section? You did that from right brush knee. So if I do it toward you, if I'm at right brush knee and I'm doing the punch down, what I do is I come up part way, I turn, hands come to the center, just as if I were going to do left brush knee, right? But
Right.
instead, both hands come to the side. And then as I brush, I go down. That's what you did in the second section. Here, you are coming from a heel kick, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to sit and step one line, two sides. And once again, your hands come to the side, step. And then you're going to punch to the groin. So it's slightly high. It's not down here. It's slightly higher. So it's like you bend your elbow. Okay?
I was punching a midget, I think.
So you're supposed to imagine when you're punching down, you're punching to the knee.
Oh, okay.
And here you're punching to the groin. So
Yes.
there's a slight difference in height. Okay?
Yes.
So after that, you are going to do the same, a transition to grasp bird's tail that you've done before, which is the step up grasp the bird's tail. And that is essentially a modified left ward off. So if I've done the kick and then I sit, step, come across, step, punch to the groin. What I'm going to do next is come up. I'm going to come up so that instead of being here, I'm going to come up, which would have been my normal position if I were in a standard bow stance. And you see, I'm from my heel to the nape of my neck. I'm in the standard position now because I was lower when I was punching to the groin, right? So I'm coming back up to standard height. Then I'm going to turn my left foot to the corner, and I have the left ward off shape on the left, and I'm pulling down with my fist on the right. Then pull with the left, ward off down with the right as I come in, and now I'm in right ward off. So if I do this facing you, I'm here, I come up, I turn, then pull, ward off down, come in, step and close, right ward off. So right ward off is one fist behind the right hand and one fist down. So it's a little down. Okay? Yes?
We do that
Question?
same transition somewhere else, right? Earlier in the form. in the
You
second-
just did that transition earlier. Yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to remind you that I want you to think of it as a modified left ward off, because I want you to have this feeling, this feeling, when you first did left ward off and you had this swing out, I want this expanded feeling.
And that's the Shumbu that you
That's
also
Chengfu.
go through
Yes, that's
when you're
Chengfu.
coming from, I forgot, from parry, block, and punch, right?
Yes, parry, block, and punch. You have Chengfu. Right.
So that's the
And
Shumbu.
this is another, you're actually doing a similar positionally very similar, because you're coming from here from a groin punch, you're coming up and then this. Whereas before you were from here and you were in a different hand position.
Mhm.
But you have the same look before you transition into right ward off. Okay. So after that, you once again go back to grasp bird's tail and end up with single whip. Now you're going to go into step up to 7 stars. Okay. And well, you're going to do snake creeps down and then step up to 7 stars. So come on. So let's say that you were here. Okay. And then you do this Chengfu, and then you come in to right ward off, roll back, press, push, and single whip. Now you're going to do snake creeps down. So you're going to turn this foot back and you're going to come back and come forward. And then this transition is like Golden Rooster in that you come back up and turn the back foot back so that now it looks just like single whip. And like the transition to Golden Rooster, you're going to turn the left foot to the side and pull. But here, instead of going into a one-legged stance, you're going to go into an empty stance. So you're just going to move your weight to the left and come into a ball touch empty stance. Okay? So the footwork is you were in single whip, you turn, you come down and come back up. You turn this foot back, you turn this one out, and then you come into a ball touch empty stance. And as in all empty stances, you end up putting 30% into the front. Okay? Now the handwork, let me do it in this direction. So the right hand, okay, what happens is that if you had done snake creeps down and you come back to single whip, what the right hand is going to do is when this left foot goes to the corner, nothing happens. Only the left hand moves. The right hand doesn't move yet. Then, as the right foot comes forward, the right hand is going to make a fist. It's going to make a fist and it's going to be underneath your rib cage. And then as you step forward, you're going to come forward and it'll come, and as you put 30%, you'll kind of come slightly forward. It doesn't make much sense one-handed, but I wanted to show you each hand so you could see.
Can I ask
So
a
if you,
quick question?
What?
So here you are, quick question. So here you are in single whip. And
yeah,
the hand comes down below the fist. Is it a little bit like when you're doing cloud hands at the elbow? Is it the same kind of thing? Where your hand comes down?
well, what happens when you're doing cloud hands, you're going to come down, right?
Yeah.
You're making a ward off down here. Here, you're not making a ward off. What you're going to do is you're going to make a fist underneath your ribs.
Okay, got it.
There are only a couple places where your hand comes below your ribs. One is high pat on horse. Remember, when you're at high pat on horse, you're up here. You're not down here, right? You're up here. And here also, you're up here. And when you see the whole move, you'll see why. Okay, the left hand, you're going, when this foot moves out, at single whip, you're here. When that foot moves out, you're going to pull. Then when this hand makes its fist, this hand also makes a fist. Then as you come up, you're going to cross and touch. And as you push your 30%, you're going to go diagonally forward. And the reason, diagonally forward. So what are you actually doing? You're actually, when you touch, you are pretty much straight up and down. What you're doing is you're bending from the hip in order to get that forward motion. Can you see that?
Yes.
You're not moving here.
Yes.
You're here. Your weight is mostly in the back. And when you move your weight 30% to the front, you're actually doing it by bending from the hip. Okay?
So it's diagonally to the left.
It's diagonally up
Oh.
forward. So if I do it facing you, okay, so if I'm here, I am pulling, right? Then as I come forward, I cross as I touch, and then 30%. It goes, can you see it's slightly up?
Got it.
And the reason is, this is like striking tigers in the sense that there are two potential applications. Okay, you can, if somebody is punching toward me, I'm blocking them up. Okay, so that's where you get that upward feeling. The other thing that could be happening is that after I pull, I'm punching them. So that's, the punch is more forward. The block is more upward. So that's why I'm telling you to go kind of diagonally. You're kind of splitting the difference. Okay.
Okay.
The thing that's important for the empty stance toe touch is that you do not go too far forward. Can you see? My knee bends if I'm going too far forward. So what happens is I put my 30% by bending at my hip. My forward leg is still relatively straight. Okay. And that's how I know I'm not putting too much weight on the front. Most of the weight is on the back. And what it should feel like when you're doing an empty stance toe touch is like you're tamping the earth. Like if you are planting something and you want to tamp the earth around your plant, you have mainly your weight on the back foot and you're kind of tamping around, right? So that's the feeling I want you to have. It's all, most of the weight is in the back and you're just kind of stepping around. But what happens is that 30% is important because it stabilizes you. Because you, as you have your upward movement, you know, things are equal and opposite, right? When you have the up, you need a down. So that's why you need that 30% as you're coming up. Does that
Did I
make
see
sense?
again how the two fists met in front of you? How
Okay.
they,
So remember when you had cross hands?
right.
Okay. Cross hands is kind of like toward the middle of your forearm. This
Right.
one is closer to your wrist.
Okay.
And you're making two fists. And the fist eye is facing yourself. And the fist face is diagonal. So think of the fist eyes facing you, and these are diagonally pointed.
Good.
Okay. So if you imagine that you're punching someone, you want that fist face to be diagonal. And that's why it's this way. Okay. So let's try that. From single whip and then snake creeps down. I'll do it in this direction so you can see better. Okay, so from single whip, turn your foot to that corner and come down. Now, the thing I want to remind you that's very important, don't come down much. If your knee cannot line up with your toe, You can only come down as much as your knee lines up with your toe. If your knee comes in, you are going too far down. So you can only go as far down as your knee lines up with your toe. Okay? So that's as far down as you go, right? And you're making a C shape and forward. Then when you come up, you're going to turn this toe back, and now you look just like single whip again. Then you turn this toe to the corner and pull at the same time. And as you're shifting your weight forward, you make your fists. So here, you're making your fists. Now touch and cross. Then 30%. So you see this slightly upward and forward movement. So I'll do it in the same direction as you, which would be this way. Single whip. Turn your foot. Snake creeps down. Come back up. Turn your right foot back. Turn your left foot out and pull. Then as you're shifting your weight forward, start making your fists. Then cross and step and put your 30% in. So you have this 30% in.
So even when the 30%, even when you've gone forward, your right heel is not on the ground, correct?
Your right heel is not on the ground.
Yeah.
Right. It's a ball touch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Can we do that one more time? From
We're going to do it many more times.
Okay.
But we can go further back if you don't like going from single whip.
Yeah.
But I think it's easier going from single whip because that comes all together better. Okay, so if you're at single whip, you're here, you turn your toe out to the corner, and snake creeps down, you bend, come back, and forward. This is the end of snake creeps down. Then as you come back up, this is the beginning of 7 stars or golden roosters. Okay, then when you come up, you turn the right foot in, the left foot out and pull. Then you start shifting your weight forward as you make your fists. Step and cross, 70%.
Why is it called 7 stars, Rita? What does it refer to?
Generally speaking, the 7 stars refers to the Pleiades. But there are some people who think that this one refers to what the Chinese think of the 7 parts of their body. So they think of the head, the shoulders, the elbows, and then the waist, the knees, and the feet. And somehow you're supposed to think of all these things working together, and that's why they think of it as 7 stars.
Mm-hmm.
So often they think the head is kind of unique, okay, but then the shoulder, the elbow, and the hand kind of come together as the top, and then the waist, the knees, and the feet kind of go together as the bottom part. And there's a lot of emphasis on coordinating your upper and lower. So,
Mm-hmm.
And here you have that because you want to make sure that everything goes together.
Yes.
This is not to say that you don't do that for any of the other moves. You do that with all the other moves. So I don't know why, this in particular is that way, but it happens to be called 7-star.
Got it.
Okay? So let's do this a couple more times, and then let's go back a few moves and then review back. So let's do this a couple times, and then we're going to go back to snake spits out its tongue, and then we'll go from that up to this point. Okay?
Yes.
So here, you're at single whip. You move your foot toward the corner. Snake creeps down.
Pussy's fine.
Then you come back up. Turn your right foot in, left foot out, and pull. Then as you shift your weight forward, start making your fists. And then step and cross. 30%. One more time. Single whip. Snake creeps down. Turn. Come back. Forward. Come back up. Turn the right foot in, the left foot out, and pull. As your weight comes forward, start making your fists. Step and cross. 30%.
Question.
Okay? Yes.
The left hand, the fist that you make with the left hand, as the fist of the right hand approaches, it draws back a little bit in order to.
So what happens is when you're here, you're going to pull. And
Right.
actually, this feels like it's the same in space because your
Right.
body is moving forward, okay?
Right.
So
Right.
as your weight shifts forward,
There. You kind of pull it a little bit in order.
you pull it this way. You pull it toward the center. Okay, so here. So here, what happens is I am pulling as I move my foot, right? Then as I come forward, I'm making my fists and I come together,
Okay.
right? But
So
in
it's-
this dimension, here, I'm making my fist. See, it's like in the same dimension this way.
Okay. So it's not a
So
pulling back, it's a pulling sideways, pulling in.
it's pulling in, it's pulling toward the center.
Okay.
So I am pulling out, making my fist, and then I am coming to center.
Okay. Good.
Okay. And that is to show the application where you're pulling aside the other person's hand as you're punching with the right.
Mhm.
Okay. But then you're also showing the other, so then you make a fist and come back together in order to do that block.
Mhm. Great. Thank you.
Okay. So do you want to try it from let's do it from
From snake exploding, I mean, not snake, exploding mouth,
so let's do it from here.
Exploding.
Okay, fan through the back. Okay, then
Yes.
we're going to turn body and snake spits out its tongue. Okay, then you're going to do parry, block, and punch. So you're going to pull down, swing, step, parry, block, and punch. Then you're going to do Chengfu. So you're going to shift back so that you can turn your left foot to the corner and extend the left hand. Then you're going to pull left, ward off down right, come together, and now you're at right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Snake creeps down. Turn the right foot to the corner. Come down. Come back up. Turn the right foot in. Turn the left foot out and pull. Make your fist as you're shifting your weight forward. Cross and step. 30% and up. How
Is
does
it
that
up?
feel?
Is it up means, does it mean at the neck level or up above the face?
It's the cross is about neck level.
Okay.
So it's as if somebody were punching you and you got them up enough that their fist goes over your head.
Okay.
So if you can imagine somebody punching and you're kind of,
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
okay? So are there any questions? Would you like to work on something?
The snake spits out his tongue. You're coming from your right hand's coming from a fist.
So if I am doing it in the opposite direction so you can see better, I'm at fan through the back.
Right.
I'm going to come here. When my left toe is to the corner, I make my fist.
Okay.
Then
So you open your fist as you.
so it's as if I struck and then open my fist.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
And then
That's sort of the
Then-
tongue of the snake, right?
what?
That should be the tongue of the snake.
That's the tongue of the snake coming out. Yep.
Alright.
Which is actually to poke someone in the eyes is the actual application, which is not so nice, but that's the
But it-
story.
Yeah, but it tells you what height you want to finish
That's
that.
that tells you the height. So
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Great.
So any other questions? No. Okay, well, in that case, let's close class. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much.
You do.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, I just